Lunch Money Lambert, Jeff Malott. Welcome to the Kayak Bass Nation. Welcome to the Kayak Bass Nation. Kayak Bass Nation. Hey, welcome to the Kayak Bass Nation. Welcome to the Kayak Bass Nation. Welcome to the Kayak Bass Nation, where we talk about fishing and competition. It's your boy Ox Pippin, aka Ox Fishing. Don't come over here tripping. Hey, hope you enjoy the show. Jeff Malott, Lunch Money Lambert, Lego. Hey, welcome to the Kayak Bass Nation. Kayak Bass Nation. Welcome to the Kayak Bass Nation. Kayak Bass Nation. Hey, welcome to the Kayak Bass Nation. Welcome to the Kayak Bass Nation.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Wednesday night edition of KBN Live. What's up, Ryan? What you chomping
all over
there?
the place? Man, I got a few little pizza rolls off in here.
Ooh, yeah.
In the air fryer. If you've never tried that, do it.
Pizza rolls in the air fryer. It makes it better. Does it make it healthy for you if you do it the
Yeah,
air?
no, it for sure. It's kind of like the George Foreman. It takes out most of the
grease
saturated fats.
Falls right off into the air fryer abyss. That's good. Well, hope everybody's doing all right, man. We're here on a Wednesday. I know it's a little bit off for people, so you may not be expecting us to be live on your whatever social media platform, but we are. So,
take that.
Thanks for being flexible. Yeah. We've got the Native No Limit winners, top finishers with us tonight. That's going to be a fun one. And in order to accommodate them, which is what we do, we're very accommodating. We moved it to Wednesday so we can get them on here. Right?
I'm still trying to get Mickey on here. And I will go ahead and preface this episode. There was some confusion. I saw Mickey with a check that said Big Bass winner for Chickamauga. Apparently, he tied for Big Bass and lost the tiebreaker. So second biggest bass on Chickamauga. Wade Lovings is actually the winner, and I couldn't find him on any form of social media, so I emailed him and did not get a response. Congrats, Wade. Sorry you're not here to tell us your story of your 22.5-inch fish.
So there you go. Steve Owens saying stay unpredictable. You got it?
We got that covered, Steve. Don't worry.
If you're jumping on Facebook, leave us a comment, hit the share. It doesn't cost you anything to share it, but it means a lot to us. So appreciate you sharing on Facebook. Leave a comment, like, and make sure you're subscribed to our page on YouTube. And if you're watching on X/Twitter, follow us there too. So we've got three different chances for you to see the show. So do that. Go on and do that. You know, speaking of Steve, he was on here last time we were live talking to a little safety story that he had. And then today I saw a tragic story on the bass boat side of things. Are you caught up to what happened there, Ryan?
I read about that earlier today.
So, you know, we're always talking about safety and, you know, in kayaks, and I know this isn't a kayak topic, but it's still, we're out there sharing the same water, right? So, Lewis Smith Lake today, a bass boat. Was it a center console or a jet ski or something? Collided out there, 3 people killed.
Yeah, that's terrible. And I know there was a lot of, safety talk and whatnot, but, no matter what, I mean, that's a tragedy. And as a tournament director, we spoke to Steve. He's always, kind of staying on the cautious side of things. Like if anything looks like it's going to be unsafe, the last thing you want to do is tell people to go out and get into a situation where that's even an option, whether it's, high winds or tornadoes coming through on the water or whatever. I think in this case, some fog was in play during the launch, and those guys are running 75 plus miles an hour. Like that, it doesn't take long for you to get in trouble in a hurry. So that kind of stuff. If you're ever sitting there on a Saturday and your day one got canceled, this is why.
That's right. And I heard somebody say, hey, look, they were talking about, each other as bass boaters, but they're saying we're out here running 70 miles an hour on the water with no brakes. I mean, there are no brakes on a bass boat. You can throttle down, but you're still going. And you need to take that into account as kayak anglers, because if you're out there and you don't think you need a 360 light, or you don't think you need whatever, insert blank safety device, You need it because you're sharing the water with not only bass boats, but ski boats and everything else. And man, they don't have brakes. If they're hauling around some corner somewhere, they better be able to see you. So
Yep.
if it's dark and they're just coming upon you, it's probably too late if you don't have that light. So very, very sad story. I saw there was another wreck on Lake Apopka, but no fatalities there. Just thank God there was no fatality.
Really? Down that's Harris Chain?
Yeah. In an MLF tournament, same day today.
Oh, wow.
Two boats crashed. No fatalities.
Wasn't there another one in North Carolina too?
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I thought there was one in the MPFL or something as well.
Yeah. So yeah, rough day out there. Stay safe, KB Nation. Stay safe. Anything else going on in the world of fishing, man? Kayak fishing and otherwise.
I think that covers our community announcements there.
Yeah. Of course, the show is presented by Eco Fishing, Eco Fishing Shop, ecofishingshop.com. Appreciate them. And then our partners with Western Slovakia, they've been with us since the beginning, so we appreciate them as well.
Yeah.
Eco Fishing, man, they're rolling out the new. I've got the Old Town hat on. What'd you think of the new Old Town releases? They'll be rolling those out soon in the shop.
Man, I can't wait. I tell you what.
I know you've been critical of some of their designs. I mean, these at least they added some of the things they've been missing over the last.
Yeah,
seasons, right?
I think I don't know. I don't understand kayak companies. Period. I can't claim that I do. But some small stuff like what we saw with Native the past couple years in Bonafide, like addressing kind of industry shifts, like what are the trends? Obviously battery storage, motor mounts, that kind of thing. And I think Old Town needs to do the same, and adding horizontal rod storage, like things that have been hits in other platforms. I think it's fine to work those in there.
Yeah, so they finally did that. They've got the new EPDO Pro and the PDO Pro. They've got horizontal rod storage, place for motors, battery mount, all that kind of stuff. So they've redone that whole thing. Eco Fishing Shop will have them. So there you go.
When are they going to redo the autopilot?
Well, I've signed NDAs, Ryan. I can't say anything.
Oh, next year.
Yeah.
Next year. That's
always
next year.
It's always next year. But yeah, good stuff there. All the kayak companies, to be honest, are really, we're turning these things into basically mini skiffs. But at this point,
I've seen a lot of videos like those XTRs or whatever, just rigged out like a 20-foot Ranger.
Yeah, I got a chuckle. My little 120 PDL in the garage has a pedal drive and a 10-inch Garmin with side scan on it, and it's considered like the most basic entry-level kayak now. You know what I mean? What have we done, Ryan?
We've done something, that's for sure. I think
what have we done?
We got in the deep end of the pool in a hurry, and now I think people are kind of figuring out, hey man, this was a whole lot more fun like 8 or 9 years ago.
Hey man, that little rig in my garage would have been considered high cotton back in the day, boy. But now it's just like
if you were paddling back in the day, you were doing great. Like you looked at a pedal drive like it was a spaceship.
Pedal drive was like a kid back in my day having a fiberglass backboard. You considered that rich, in their driveway.
I mean, it is now. You spend 20 grand on a piece of plastic. You got to be doing all right with some supplemental incomes.
I'm saying. So there you go. Come a long ways, everyone. With that said, man, what do you say? We got looks like Mickey has joined us. Jonathan was already here waiting. You want to bring him in and talk a little Native on your home pond?
Little Chickamauga.
I was going to call it your home pond, but you have a love-hate with Chickamauga, right?
It's mostly hate. I mean, it is nearby in proximity.
All right, here we go. We got Mickey Anderson. Hey, Jonathan. There we go. We got them both in. Gentlemen, welcome.
You made it, Mickey.
I'm on here.
Still at the Mexican restaurant.
Is he I saw some smoke. It looked like it, but I thought it was snow. I'm like, where are you? But I think it was smoke.
Yeah, Mickey's chilling.
I'm at the Mexican restaurant.
Oh,
Los Hablanos.
After my own heart.
I dig. All right, what's on the menu tonight? Is it Taco Wednesday or Fajita Wednesday or what's going on?
Right now, it's Michelob Ultra. Mm-hmm.
So Mickey and Jonathan were a little nervous about coming on here because they're like, "Oh, we'll be the biggest rednecks ever to be on the show." I was like, "That's exactly why you need to be on the show.
That's it. Welcome,
it's gonna be great." So tell us, I mean, obviously, Jonathan, you won the entire thing on Chickamauga, and Mickey, I found out yesterday you tied for Big Bass and lost the tiebreaker. I didn't know that, but you're still a champion to me. I want you to know. But how was Chick fishing last weekend?
Talking to me or Mickey?
Either one, both of you. Jump in there.
Go ahead, Mickey.
Well, for me, I caught my fish real early, like on the fifth cast of the morning, and I was real excited. And now thinking about it, I wish I'd arranged my tail a little bit better, because my fish could have been a 22.75 easy, but either way, I still won some money,
Oh yeah, you didn't fish for free.
Right, right. And I still cashed a check in a national event, and here I am. I'm just old redneck from Polk County, but for the last few years, I've been running up on big bass a lot here lately, so I'm still happy regardless.
Oh no, I mean that's awesome. I'm proud of you, Mickey. I am. I want to make sure and get you on here for that reason alone. Some days I get out of the house and I wish I would have arranged my tail a little different too.
Now to be clear, what is the tiebreaker submission time or catch time, or what is it for this?
I think it's the second fish, isn't it, Mickey? Or I could be wrong. I think it's your next. Next fish.
It's a second fish. I caught that one fish at 7:09, and then after that, it was cold. It was cold, and I had nerve damage in my hands. But for like the next 3 hours, I could not feel my hands. So I was trying to fish, and then I fished all the way from the ramp to the bridge, and never got another bite. So I took off across the river and fished over through there and in the refuge, and still didn't get a bite. So I had it in my mind to move and go to Dayton, and I was heading back to the ramp, and then my trolling motor went out. So
that sounds like a pretty typical day, Mickey.
I mean, it's kayak fishing, so I still went to Dayton. I had to stop and use the bathroom, stuff like that. I got to Dayton about 12:30, and I went all the way to the back of the creek in Dayton, and there wasn't nothing back there. And I fished all the way down the wall. I was about halfway up the wall, coming back up, and I got another big bite. And it was that fish was probably bigger than the one I caught in the morning, but I couldn't do nothing with it, and it broke me off. But that's the only two bites I had that day. Yeah.
Mickey was literally just gunning for the big bass. He wasn't worried about the numbers. He said, "I'm gonna get big bass."
Well, it seems like the big bass is following me around here lately.
That's a terrible problem to have, Mickey.
But the story of the day is Johnson, though. Johnson here laid the hammer down on him.
Yeah, I mean, Jonathan, you won by a pretty comfortable margin, man, on what seemed to be a pretty tough day, looking at the leaderboard as a whole. So what'd you figure out over there, man?
Well, it started out pretty rough for me. Woke up almost late. I was pretty tired from the night before. Got out to the water earlier than everybody, actually. Nobody was there yet. And people started showing up. There was about 4 people there with me. I think James Sexton was there and a couple of other people. And so when it came lunchtime, Joe Kirk was there with us. And came lunchtime, we launched. And I went to the spot I fished since I was a kid, and actually went behind the actual spot I caught all the fish in, and didn't catch a thing back there. So I came back out, and I was pitching the grass right there. There's on banks and stuff, and I got hung in every stinking tree down that whole bank right there, man. It was terrible. I mean, I couldn't cast to save my life that morning, but I backed up and just said a little prayer and said, Lord, help me, please. I know I can do this. I calmed my nerves down, backed up, and I started going down the line right there where I thought fish would be. And sure enough, man, they was there. They was stacked probably 15, 20 foot, man. It was downhill or uphill from there, I guess you'd say, but it was just a wild day. It was unbelievable.
So why was, looking at the leaderboard, why was the bite so tough, do you think? You think it was that little cold snap because it did drop off, they're cooler in the morning, or what? Because, we look at Gunnersville, the tournament they had a couple weeks ago, and they're catching fish up in 2 feet of water and kind of in all stages of the spawn. What do you think has Chick running a little different there?
Well, the cold front did kind of hurt it that night for some people. The spot where I went, I always knew from a kid, that water was warmer, no matter what come through, even a slight cold front, And I went in there and I checked it out. My temperature was sitting on 63, so I knew I was pretty good. So, like I said, I just started casting, man. And they were in there. It was unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. I was slamming fish down like I was frying burgers or something, man. It's back and forth. It's crazy, man. It was fun.
Oh boy. What was your total? How many fish did you catch in the tournament?
Well, I know I put a limit on there, I believe. Or I can't remember how many I submitted. I think I submitted 14 fish, maybe. I think the limit's 15, 209.25 inches total.
There better be no limit, damn it, or they're changing the name of it.
I think that's what it was, but man, I don't know.
Hey, he's a no limit soldier. No limit soldier.
I could have swore I called a couple, honestly, no, boy. Man, it was something. I don't remember how many I caught. I know I only lost one fish during the whole day, and it was a good fish. And I actually watched it come up in my boat and hit my bait, and it went behind me. And I reached back and I jerked the rod, set the hook, and I pulled it out of the water, and it jumped. And I think it jumped across the back of my boat, to tell you the truth, and come off. But I mean, it was
Steve-O wrote that one for you, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
I've heard that story before.
No, it's pretty wild, man. I've never had that happen to me.
Hey, Tyler Thompson on Facebook said Mickey's on them margaritas again. Is that true, Mickey?
He might be.
He said he's on the Michelob Ultra.
Oh, he's on the Ultras tonight. He's on them Ultras tonight.
I'm on the Ultra right now. Hey, today's my Friday, and I'm off the whole rest of the week. So I'm about to turn up tonight.
Are you? I was real focused there for just a second till you turned up on me, Mickey. What are you gonna do with your off days? You going fishing?
Well, my trolling motor went out, so I'm gonna have to assess that situation. And now, since I'm rich, since I won all this money, hey, I might bust out and buy me a new trolling motor.
There you go. All right.
There you go.
Yeah.
Make it rain, Mickey. That's what a no limit soldier would do.
Yeah. And I want to tell y'all guys, man. Me and Johnson started fishing at the same time about 4 years ago, and we have stories, and we fished hard. We've lost hard, but we stayed at it, and here we are. Here we are on a national stage with Chex Chats, and I'm just happy to be here. I mean, talking to Lunch Money, Jeff Mallett. I mean, here we are.
It's all downhill from here, Mickey. Good job.
Yeah, you're at the top. You're at the top, kid.
No, well done.
I'm just getting started. I'm just now getting started. Yeah.
There we go. That's what I'm talking
about. Ain't that right, Jonathan?
That's right.
Yeah. We're just now getting started.
Yep. Yeah. We're late bloomers, I guess.
So before we get y'all to try to reveal the juice of what you actually caught them on, or at least the technique that you were using down those banks, we always ask for this format. It's been around a couple of years now. What do you think of the format, the no limit format, the hourly big bass? that's kind of unique in the kayak space. So, Jonathan, what do you think of the format?
I think the format's great. The big bass every hour is an awesome prize, man. That's $1,000 an hour, you know. I think the total of what I won was 1,200 plus another 1,000 because I won hour 2 of big bass also. Plus, you know, I got a couple good gift cards from Rapala 13 Fishing, and I got some Robo Hawk gear and stuff like that coming. I mean, it's a pretty big deal, you know. I'm super ecstatic, you know. I can't still in shock, kind of, I guess, you know, but here I am. No, the native No Limit, Vinny Ferreri does a great job. He's got a well-run kayak series. I think it's going to do great.
He's got plenty of practice. Vinny run about 30 tournaments at a time. He stays in the mix now.
He can run some tournaments now. He can.
He's one of the OGs now. He is.
We should, if he was on here tonight, though, I'd be scolding him for this No Limit National thing. The 2 lakes he picked in Arkansas, Ryan.
What, is there a good lake in Arkansas?
You hush your mouth. But he did pick Lake Ouachita and Beaver Lake. And I'm like, what on God's green earth?
Yeah, I mean, we did the TOC at Ouachita, and that was enough to make me never want to see it again. So,
yeah. But I do understand it was voted on by I think by Arkansans. I don't know. Maybe the transplants from another state voted on that. I don't know.
He's coming to your favorite lake in June, Lambert.
Where's he
He
going?
said he had Gunnersville coming up in 2 months.
Gunnersville, baby.
Now I could get down. I don't know when it is in June, but her volleyball finally wraps up in June. So hopefully I'll actually be able to get back to my own life here in a little bit. I'm counting down the days.
Hey, you're a good dad, Lunch Money.
I try real hard, Mickey. I at least play one on TV.
Yeah, that's what matters the most right there.
I try to stick with the kid. She was going to fish that Team Kayak Series event with me and ended up having to work some kind of volunteer old lady volleyball tournament or something. We didn't get to fish it, but I was excited to do that. I thought that would have been pretty cool.
We asked Jonathan, Mickey, what do you think of the No Limit style tournament as opposed to your normal 5-fish deal?
I like it because a lot of the tournaments I fished in, you know, when I actually get on and catch them, when I get in them, I get in them. But normally I don't have a lot of big ones, but I have a lot of fish, you know, so I like it, you know. And also you have guys winning $1,000 for a 17, 18-inch fish, you know. But I think that's good too, you know. I think I'm just damn lucky because when I catch a big one, it's a big one.
It ain't 18 inches ain't big around here, is it, Mickey? You better bring the meat when you show up on Chickamauga.
Yeah, last summer I caught several 23s, 23.75s, 22.75s. In one tournament I had 3 fish. I had like 62.75 with 3 fish. Yeah. And did all that in the first 20 minutes of the tournament. And I went back to the ramp and started drinking Twisted Tea. I did. I caught those days. Hey, that's the Yaks Out Tuesday Night Series, and everybody need to come join them on Chickamauga Lake.
Because you can drink Twisted Teas after about the first 30 minutes.
I caught those fish in the first 30 minutes. I said, I'll just go back to the ramp and sit on my tailgate.
That's awesome.
Oh man, what other big national events are y'all looking to get into? Y'all going to fish any of the Bassmaster Series or the future No Limit events coming up? I know we've got a couple. That Team Kayak Series, those events are coming back through. I think on Nickajack, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm going to do the. Well, go ahead, Mickey.
I'm going to look at the No Limit on Gunnersville, and I have to see if I'm off work. You know, because I work so much, you know, but if I have a day off work that day and I can go, I'm definitely going to do it. Yeah. On Gunnersville.
Yeah, I'm going to do the no limit on Guntersville also. I might do the national coming up next month. On probably going to fish on Watts Bar. I debated on going on to Eastern time or Central time. And I'm not sure if I want to go to Del Hollow or go to Watts Bar. I'd rather go to Watts Bar because it's closer for me, and I kind of know the area pretty well. But so we'll just see how it goes.
Del Hollow, speaking of Del Hollow, that's coming up, isn't it, Jeff, in October or whatever you say?
Yeah, apparently
whatever April translates to in Arkansas.
Coming in a week and a half, man. It's coming.
I know a lot of people are getting excited for that. And if you've not done a lot of research on Del Hollow in April, that's pretty prime time. Anywhere in the state of Tennessee for smallmouth, April's about as good as it gets. So I'd say we'll see some big bags coming in up there for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. So let's get back into the tournament itself, man. I mean, you guys kind of went through the timing of how you caught them, but how much juice are we willing to give up here, Jonathan? You're the champion. What, you 209? You said you caught the 14, 15 fish for that limit. What were you doing? I know you probably don't want to give away locations or maybe colors or whatever, but you were power fishing, flipping. What were you doing?
Well, kind of power fishing, kind of not. I had my trolling motor set on like about 10%, and I was just running the bank and just casting every little nook and cranny through in the grass right there where I was at. And I'll tell you, I was throwing a chatterbait. So
Smart.
Good technique. It's good springtime technique. Lambert likes chatterbaits, I know.
About all I like.
Yeah. You get some good bites with the chatterbait. Of course, the fish hate them. So, and knowing where I was at, I knew that they would hit that. I did actually catch one on a wacky worm too, by the way, but a little early. But hey, it worked. But yeah, I was just fishing banks down some sloughs, and I ain't gonna tell you where I was at, but I ain't gonna tell you what color I was throwing either. But
keep a few secrets.
Yeah, I got to keep those secrets. No, it worked for me that day, so that's all I got to tell.
Mickey, what did you slide up in there and get old Big Mama to eat?
Well, you know me, I'm kind of simple. And this time of year, I brought 5 rods, but really I chose 3 of them. I had a swim bait and a Senko and a shaky head with a Senko. But my bait that landed me this fish is right here.
That big old fish ate that little bitty bait.
It's a 3-inch fish cove.
There you go.
Swimmer. It's on a driftwood bait, a screw lock, belly weighted hook. It's simple as can be, and they catch fish.
Can't argue with the results. You got the money in the bank, Mickey.
But this guy can throw it, and this guy can throw it, and this guy can throw it. You got to know how to reel it slow. It's all about that. It's all about that slow reel.
I got you.
Same with that old chatterbait too. You got to know how to reel.
Yeah. Most everything is in the retrieve, I think.
Exactly. Yep.
You're not wrong, Mickey. You're not wrong on that one.
Got Steve-O in saying Kyle Ball is the most likely the TVKA AOY leader. So tell us about that. You leading the AOY over there, Jonathan?
I guess. I don't know. Jesse ain't put out the chart yet, but I'm assuming I ain't making this one. I did tie for second in the TVKA tournament, and I got the 3rd place trophy because Russ beat me with his 4th fish, I think by a ½ inch. So out of all probably 30 fish I caught, he beat me with another ½ inch of them on his 4th fish. So, but no, it's I'm assuming I'm leading the AOY right now. I knew last week I was like 4th, so I know I probably moved up. I don't know what that interference is coming in right here. But
there you go.
Yeah. We've said this before on here. We talked to folks from Texas. We talked to people from Tennessee. What's it like fishing a local, we'll call it a local trail in Tennessee, because there's as many national hammers coming out of Tennessee that fish the local trail still. How much does that sharpen your skills over there, having to prepare to fish against all those guys, Jonathan?
Well, there's quite a few hammers in this club. Club's around 10 cat. I mean, it's just hard sometimes, because everybody expects these names to win, and it's just, it's hard for me because I say my confidence level is down a little bit, but I know what I can do, what I can't do, and I know what lakes I can fish and what lakes I can't fish. It's just a lot of inexperience on the lakes. You got to spend time on the water to get to where you're at and to know how to fish that certain area of the lake. But yeah, coming in, there's tons of hammers in this area, man. It's hard. It really is hard to compete against these guys sometimes.
Yeah. And not even just the national guys coming through. I mean, TVKA, since it started, it's the guys fishing Chickamauga, they'll beat your eyeballs out, every 10 out of 10 days of the week. A lot of them live nearby. They're fishing every single day. They know, every time a fish moves, every time a transition's made, if they're on the flats, if they're pulling up out deep, they're very in tune with the lake. And that's kind of the, tougher part and the more fun part about, the club that we have and that Steve-O and I put together a long time ago. It's put out some pretty good anglers. And then you see stuff like this when a big national tournament comes through, you're seeing those same local names, in the top of the field there.
Yeah, because you guys are loaded with talent that never leaves the state of Tennessee that could compete anywhere, right?
Oh yeah,
we got some that don't leave Chickamauga that can compete anywhere.
I think we'll have a pretty good state team this year with TVKA also, so you better watch out for that one.
Please win the paddle again. Goodness gracious, I don't know.
That's what we're shooting for, man. That's what we're shooting
that's
for.
ever coming back.
We have some real good anglers in TVKA. Talking like Chris Walters, Joe Kurtz. We have a lot of good anglers in TVKA, and I'm just mediocre. My work schedule keeps me from the fishing every tournament. So, but I'm lucky when I do get out there. Sometimes I'm having fun, and sometimes I get in them.
Yeah, that's good, man. Having fun. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
I always say this is a bottom-up sport. The trails, local and regional trails, is where it all happens. The national trails are fun. It's cool to talk about. Bassmaster Kayak Series, Natives, No Limit, all that. But none of that happens without the folks coming up out of these local trails, right? That's where it all starts.
Yep.
That's how we all know each other.
Well,
It's the backyard, meet at the boat ramp and throw in $20 and go fishing.
yeah.
As it should be.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what makes it fun. That's what.
Oh, we've had some good times, all of us, traveling around, especially like for state tournaments and stuff, going out and everybody hanging out together and getting to relax a little bit too while you fish.
Hey, when I started kayak fishing, it was when COVID hit, and I showed up to the ramp in a 10-foot sit-in lifetime kayak, a lifetime kayak, and I was going hard at it, and that's how I got started. And the guys in the club, Ryan Lambert, Steve Owens, all these guys, I'd ask them all kinds of questions, and they was right there through the whole thing. They'd tell me. They made me who I am today as a kayak angler. Jonathan Cowball was right there with me.
Mickey, you need to tell them about that time you raced me in your little orange kayak across the park.
Ask Johnson about the time I Olympic raced him at Dayton out there to my spot.
Paddling?
Paddling. I was paddling.
I was paddling and I wore him out.
That's what I'm talking about.
I was on the juice that day. Yeah,
you were. You done good that day. I remember that.
That's the one thing I miss about more people paddling and pedaling only. And I'm not going Randy Blocky, y'all. So just relax. It is the fact that you had to have some, there was a human element to like, hey, if it's really windy, am I really going to go 4 miles that direction and hopefully I can get back? Like those kind of decisions played because your body had to get you back.
I wish they played more in my mind before I did it. I'd be like, man, it's really windy. I probably can't get back. And then halfway back, I realized I'm dead.
Yeah, maybe it's not even windy. Maybe it's just 100 degrees and you got to cover a lot of water. Do you really want to? You had to make decisions that you really don't have to take.
Hey, that's a difference. That's a difference in now and 4 years ago when all you could do was a paddle or pedal, and now I've got a motor. And Saturday my motor went out at like 10:30 that morning, and I had to pedal the rest of the day. And my whole body's been sore all this week. I mean, my abs, my knees, everything on me has been sore, and I'm not going back fishing until I get me another trolling motor. I guarantee you that.
Yeah. I miss those days, man. Back, when I first started doing this, I was unbelievably in my late 30s. Now I'm old, but
golly, you've been doing this for 25 years.
Yes. But the thing is even like I've never considered myself an elite angler, just a mediocre angler. But back then I could physically, I was in better shape and could I thought I could out physical people across the water, right? And stay out there longer, grind. And that's kind of out the window now. So that's my excuse anyway, Ryan.
Well, I mean, I like your excuse, Jeff.
Yeah.
I do. Part of me wishes we would go back to where the physical aspect was in play in this. Like, I think there's a lot more strategy going into the stuff. And honestly, I think we didn't see so many shenanigans when you had to get there yourself. So.
Yeah. Now, with that all being said, the rigs that people are putting together and the innovation of the company, they're all fantastic, very cool stuff that's coming out. Not hating on any of that. It's just that aspect, little nostalgia. I miss it. So hearing that story from Mickey.
On the competition side.
Yeah,
now, like Mickey said, when I have to go out and go fishing without a motor, it's not near as much fun. I'm like, daggum, I'm having to do way too much.
Yeah.
I got too much stuff to paddle now.
Yeah. Crazy time.
But back in the day before motors, we were pumped up to go out there and do it.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right, man.
Exactly.
I was pumped up. The first kayak tournament I ever fished in, my boat paddle I had was a single boat paddle. It was a Chester Frost. And I took off and paddled all the way across to the other side, and the wind was blowing like 40 miles an hour. I'll never forget it. And I love being out there, and that's what got me into it. And I was around all these other guys that had these fancy kayaks, and I was like, I got to have me one of them, And I've evolved, I still don't have the best, fanciest kayak out there, but kayak fishing has been a good thing for my life.
That's amazing.
I think it's been that for a lot of people. I think it's a good little break from the rest of the world. It's got a lot more, usually a lot less chaos than what you have going on in the rest of your life. Sometimes it can be more, but for the most part, it's generally a good fun day on the water.
Yeah.
Me, I like to aggravate the guys, so I really like it when these guys have these big old fancy setups, and I'm out here with a whole lot less, and I go out there and wear them out, and then I can talk smack to them at the round. I love it. I mean, that makes my day, and that's what kayak fishing is about. It's we're all different folks. We're all out here going fishing, having fun, and we're all going to talk some crap. It's just fun. It's fun to me. It's just who I am.
Amen, man. Any questions for either one of these gentlemen, please put them in the comments about how they caught them. We're going to wrap this up here soon. I'm feeling nostalgic about shotgun starts, though.
We should do that, Jeff. Let's just me and you will go out, do a shotgun start, take a lap around the park, and put it back on the trailer. We'll go get some ice, maybe some ice cream. See how it goes.
See, Ethan Jett just showed up late to the party.
Yeah.
Look at him. Look at Ethan go.
Ethan. I got a good story on him. I'll tell you sometime, Lambert.
Can't wait to hear it.
It's funny. He knows what I'm talking about, too.
Ethan's a character. I like that boy.
Diggs and Top Shelf in the comments talking about a whole different ball game, shotgun start. So on my YouTube channel, I went over there while we were talking, Ryan, and I found an old video of a shotgun start we used to do here in Arkansas. Just
I'm not seeing the comments.
Yeah, check this out, y'all. Old school shotgun start out of one cove. Look how many people are paddling.
Well, that's depressing.
Look at that. And nothing but paddles. I think there's even a canoe out there.
Even a canoe. I started out of that native FX, like that canoe.
That's dedicated right there. Dedicated.
Yeah.
How
And there
old
we
is
go.
that video?
Shotgun start. Look at them, man. They look like Mickey over there shooting across the lake.
Yeah, that's Mickey and that red one going over there.
Mickey smoked him. He'd be drinking twisted teas in the parking lot by 9:30.
Yeah. Yeah. See,
I think Mickey used to fish out of one of them whitewater kayaks. He looked like he was pointed real.
I don't start
straight
drinking
down.
twisted teas until after the tournament's over.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So there you go, y'all. I had to share that. That's
Not unless it's Tuesday night.
yeah.
All right, boys. Well, I appreciate y'all coming on here and joining us for this special edition Wednesday night episode of Kayak Bass Nation. Jeff, do you have any parting words here?
Bring back shotgun starts.
All right. Bring back shotgun.
Hey, thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
And Johnson, Johnson's, he got him. He deserves recognition. I just got lucky.
No, both of you
reckon.
did. Both of you. Jonathan, congrats on winning the overall. That's big, man.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mickey.
Yeah. All right.
Congrats.
Y'all have
boys.
a good
Y'all
night.
Fun. Mickey, be safe tonight, brother.
Oh yeah. I
Do
am.
anything-
I'm always
don't do
safe.
anything I wouldn't do.
Never. I would never do that. Ryan Lambert. Y'all have a
All
good
right.
night.
Yes, sir.
All
We'll see
right,
y'all
later,
next week.
boys.
See you guys.